unforgettable too. And that's why, darling, it's incredible. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, I got. Oh shit! Hold on. Damn, I keep forgetting. All right, can y'all hear me now? Think that I am unforgettable too. Man, that's my morning crooning. Okay, it looks like I got up early enough so I can kind of beat the sun. I can talk to y'all, then I can go and run before the sun comes out and kind of ruins it for anybody who likes, like actually, jogging or running early morning. Uh, it's just about 6:30 now, so I have about 45 minutes, something like that, before the sun officially comes out. It's but good morning to to the early risers. I know this Facebook algorithms. Good morning, Dave. What's up, bro? I know this Facebook. For those of you who don't know, I've had a warning on my page for months. I've been in Facebook jail like quite a few times, and now I don't think my notifications are getting out to not even a 45% of the people. So, but I think people go back and watch it. So I just talk as if all there, and and my thoughts seem to flow best like in early mornings because sometimes I wake up at 4:30 and I just look up at the ceiling and his thoughts are just flowing. So I say, hey, let me record this. I'm not gonna write it down. It's a recidivism. Yeah. Um, I just got that, David. Yeah, man, I'm constantly going to jail. Yeah, I just got that, Dave. Good one. I know, man. I can't behave, and so these folks are putting my ass up in there. So, anywho, whenever I hear like what's going on in the news, I tend to hear it and then I read it and then I process it and then I'll give my thoughts. That's how I think I've always worked that way. I've never just blurted out. Well, my opinion is I have to process some stuff first. I want to make sure I touch all points before I start, or at least I want my I want my take on to be as original and as Rico as possible. I always like to, people say, give my version of what's, or my, I don't like to use the word slant because that's just so. But anyway, check out the rest of this Facebook page for those of you who will be coming on in my YouTube channel, um, Rico the Opinionist, and you'll see I have a lot of cool stuff in the description box. Share, share the video, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Suggest to others, like, hey man, this is his page and his opinions are a little too rough for me, but I think you might like them. Stuff like that. And so, and those of you, if you have not bought my little short story yet, it's still always for sale. It's entitled "The Greatest Pain Ever Felt." Conversation with my absent biological father, who never wanted to be found. And I found out about him by accident at age 22 years old, while still a student at Grambling State University. And he never wanted to meet, but I ended up just when walking on his porch one day, knocking on the door, and his first question to me was, "How did you find me?" And I said, "Well, Google MapQuest, all that stuff." And he says to me, "Well, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me." And then the story ensues. It's pretty good read from what others who bought the book have told me. That is, it's pretty cool. But whoever purchases the short story, I always ask. I'd like to hear your feedback on it because it helps me. Uh, whatever it is I need to work on, it helps me in that regard. So, but anyway, it's only $10, Cash App or PayPal. Should you decide to purchase it, please send an email address because it's only in PDF format. mean, I can email it to you. You can click on it and read it from your computer or your phone. You know how that thing works. It's just something, some thoughts that I wrote down. It's only 40 pages. These are actual thoughts. No, it's true though. So, but anyway, let's get to why I am walking and talking this morning. This is July 7th, 2021. Well, I heard the news yesterday, like everybody else, or the day before yesterday, that once Olympic hopeful, I guess Dallas native, Sha'Carri Richardson, she was handed down a 27-day, 30-day suspension for her breaking the rules. I'm not gonna get into all that extra stuff. For her breaking the rules of the Olympic rules, or whoever makes the rules that one has to follow as relates to how Olympians are governed. And she's given a 27-day, 30-day suspension, which would have put her. She missed the 100-meter run, the match, right? But after 30 days, she would have been eligible to run in a 400-meter relay. 4x4, 4x1, however what they call it. But they dropped the hammer down and said no. They decided not to add her to that team, and so I think they replaced her with somebody else. And so, like, well, damn. So she's not participating in the Olympics at all, and it's got some people upset. And she was seen by TMZ, I think yesterday at the airport somewhere. And she's like, "Oh, how y'all spot me?" He said, "Well, I looked down and saw your tennis shoes that had Sha'Carri written on the tennis shoes." And so her hair was a different color. She was trying to go incognito, but they still spotted her out, and she, had a little brief conversation. They asked her a question about stuff, but in one of my last lives, or the last live I had on this topic, I suggest that she goes to counseling, rehab, and counseling. And I hope that she really takes advantage of this time off. Go and practice hard, and and get her mental health together. Let a therapist guide her down the path of healing and a proper path of grieving of whatever loss that she's experienced in her young life. Because she's like in most kids growing up in the inner city or the hood, there's some trauma involved. And so I think in order for her to continue on her path, good morning, Coaches. In order for her to continue on her path, she needs to get this therapy, this healing done on the inside, and so she can participate in her future. And her future's still bright. And people are like, "It's okay. She still got a chance. She's gonna be great." No one ever said that she wasn't gonna be great. No one ever said that she never had any more chances to be great. What people are talking about, and yours truly is talking about, young lady, do the work to get all these hurdles out of your way. That's all. And counseling is not a cuss word. People they were getting offended because you mentioned counseling for this young lady. And if you grew up in the inner city, in the hood, God damn it, you grew up in trauma just like she did. Y'all heard her story like I read her story. Mother's on drugs. She never really connected with her mother. But still, that sense of loss is just the same if she had connected with her, because there's something, when you lose a parent, when a parent dies, and you were yearning for that connectedness, which is natural. All children want their parents. Regardless if the parents ain't ish, they're on drugs, out in the streets real bad or whatever, it's just natural. It's just natural. And so I think some good therapy will help her reconcile with that second loss in that relationship. And so she'll take this time out. She'll learn that weed is not an option. No other drug is not an option when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling sad or depressed or grieving. Those shouldn't be your options. It should be call a friend, call a counselor, call someone, a loved one who has your best interest at heart, or just call somebody who will just listen. That's what all of that is about. That's what my presentation was about. And people took it all over the place. It's all right, though. They won't let her be great. No, she made a decision not to allow herself to be great when she decided to ingest that edible, knowing that it was against the rules. Now, I can say this. Due to her failure to comply to the rules, it's brought up other conversations. Which, again, needs the conversation that needs to be had. Now, they're probably going to work really hard on trying to change the rules or what's enhancement drug, what's not enhancement drug. See, sometimes things work in a particular way that brings about a greater good. When we get past all the emotionalism, just kind of sit back and watch and process it. Because now they're going to work on, well, wait a minute now. We're going to punish her for breaking the rules like with marijuana. When we try to legalize marijuana and let all these people make all this money off marijuana, how are we going to demonize and vilify it? All you got to do is just wait and just listen. So they're going to work on that. Number two, I was skimming through and I saw this Fox News channel with this white guy. Well, I saw a tweet first when they mentioned it. A young lady put it out and said, hey, so y'all tripping about her using enhancement drugs, but some dude gonna get to compete in the, or if he isn't already, compete in a Miss Universe contest. And then I heard this white guy say on one of these Fox, I think Fox and Friends, you got a man, you're talking about this young woman not being able to compete because of so-called drug enhancement usage, but you have a man who's obviously using drugs to change from a man to a woman to compete in women's weightlifting in Australia. And so it had a white guy to speak out against this trans foolishness. And so there's things that come, there are positive things coming out of this. And I find it most amazing that people don't want to touch this trans thing. You know, the people who are not touching it the most? Women. And ladies, y'all gonna have to, look, y'all can even confront me in person about this shit. I want to know about this silence. Why are y'all so silent on these what they call shapeshifters? These transformers. Why are y'all so silent on it? Y'all thought it was funny if a guy gets tricked by one of these dudes in a sexual situation. Y'all thought it was funny, which all you gotta do is sit back and watch and listen. Now that the transformers have entered your spaces, y'all are complaining. They should have their own category, but you didn't say that when you thought they were making fun of men, or men were being caught up in a lot of times unknown entanglements with these transforming dudes. So ladies, what's your silence? Where are the feminists? Where are the black and the white feminists? Gloria Allred, where you at? Where's your little lame ass daughter, Lisa Bloom? Where y'all at, feminists? Gloria Steinem, where are you? Is this something that's going against women? It hurts all women, and it's destroying the equality of women. Isn't that, where y'all at? Y'all right here attacking Felicia Rashad and Dr. Cosby. Why aren't y'all attacking these dudes that's impersonating you and winning? And I'll keep saying it. I want to know about the silence of these women's groups. What is with the silence of women and this trans dude? Have y'all made some kind of deal, sisters, white women, others? Have y'all made a deal somewhere where if they give you this political power, they give you this economic power, you won't say anything about the fuck shit? And that's my only cuss word. I just need y'all to hear that. So what is it, ladies? Somebody. Now, because I've said that you can't ask me anything about what I say on Facebook in person unless you have that $150 cash app. But ladies, I'll engage you in this dialogue. Yeah, that's right, somebody. I'll engage you in this dialogue, ladies. I want to know what the silence is. And I know African American women, y'all the main one talking about, well, all these men are gay and down low. And guess what they're doing now? Not in large numbers, but see, It's coming. It's here. Men, black men, there are men out there who are actually not so low dating trans women because you know why, sister? They look like you. Because you decided to trade in your femininity as a woman. Let's see when this started happening. I think after the 70s or something. You Bro Rico, yes, great perspective. Right on, Dwayne. Good morning, brother. Um, it's y'all traded in your femininity, and so now y'all wearing this hard weave and these dumb eyelashes and all this makeup. And guess what? The black dudes who weren't man enough to be men, they said, "Well, I can transform into one of these hard face ass helpers." Ass is not a cuss word, and so that's why a lot of people thought Sha'Carri was a trans. Or there's some outlets that are trying to report this, but it's like, oh no, it is what it is. And it's because a lot of y'all look like dudes with all this weird ass weave and this hard makeup. Coach E said drag queen era. And yeah, they had that era, but they were like in private with this, but now they just all over the place. You literally can't tell a black female from an actual dude these days. And ladies, that needs to be a topic at next year's Essence Festival. You got hundreds and thousands of black women descending upon New Orleans for this festival, and y'all don't talk about trans at all. Y'all need to because it's based on your survival. Because these surgeries are becoming damn near perfect because they're modeling after you. And so they're getting the butts, they're getting the breasts, they're getting the cheeks, they already got the hair and the eyelashes and the beat face, as they say. And sisters, you're being replaced. And it's like y'all are sitting back and talking about other stuff, but you're not talking about things that's really impacting you. These dudes are literally replacing you. And let me tell you something else. Why you ladies of all races are sitting around here being quiet about this whole transfusion, corporate America and a lot of middle sized business owners, guess who they're going to start replacing you with? The guys. You know why? Because it'll be cheaper. A trans guy doesn't have to go off of, well, number one, doesn't get pregnant. Number two, doesn't have periods. Number three, will not have to be out for maternity leave. All three of those things cost companies money. Y'all understand, ladies? Y'all are shooting yourself in the foot trying to act like little angry arch enemies of men. I'm just an old Aquarius guy who's peacefully pandemicing, trying to get this stomach off, but I keep eating snacks. Yeah, that's my weakness. I love a key lime pie Kit Kat. Love Mentos, and I love the Lay's, the 50% less sodium in the blue bag. Kenyatta Kelly, what's up? And so I know, and look, I haven't drank, and I've been sneaking around and having a cherry Coke every once in a while. Thank you, Hank, man, bringing the damn Cokes down to the crib now. I've been sneaking and having them, and an orange and a peach crush. But I'm getting better, I swear. That's why I get up and try to run it off, and I'm going to have to add more crunches or some crunches. So anyway, ladies, y'all are fighting for the wrong things. Okay, you got your degrees, you got all that, but guess what? You still don't have a man. Now, a lot of your older sisters over 45, over 40, I'll say, a lot of you were lucky enough to still be ladies in the 90s and were able to get you an actual decent man. But right now, after 95, straight, quote-unquote, bitchville. These little angry, smart-mouth feminists around here complaining and whining. I got my doctorate. I got my master's. I can't find no man. Men are intimidated by strong women. Men are not intimidated by no damn woman in any form. That's the feminist foolishness that got you thinking that a broke dude can still end up with a registered nurse and a lawyer. Did y'all know that? Because we're a man, baby. Yeah. So y'all quit feeding that to your daughters. You got a lot of these these little pretty young black girls around here, hair full of weave and no rings on their fingers. And not even prospect of rings on their fingers. But they sit around here and watch Maria Mylene and Becky get proposed to every other weekend or every other month. While they sit their behinds right here throwing some yes, bitch, around here, drinking all the liquor in all the clubs up until 35 years old. Y'all get this shit together. Get it together. And I'm not coming from a place of perfection. I'm always coming from a place of practice because I'm practicing every day to be better. Come on, somebody. So, I know some of my folks in Memphis, they said, damn, Rico is up early with the shit. Yes, I'm constantly with the shit. You hear me? Well, dang it. 2 cuss words. Okay. And that's it. Third time it's the third strike I'm out. All right, so, you know, and so that whole Shikari thing has brought out a lot of conversation, but I need to hear the women. You know how y'all have these women's movements and marches and stuff and talk about how men are bad and we have to attack rape culture. We have to stop the disrespect. You know, what y'all need to do is get y'all femininity back and start fighting for your men. Start fighting to have boys to grow up to be men. You know, it goes into my next topic. It says, black boys are incredible. Black men are necessary. See, I'm past all of that. I've called the white man the devil and cracker and racist all through my youth. I'm over it. Because one thing we have not done is like it's taboo to do is to check our behavior. See, racism is going to be what it is. It's going to be what it is, but it doesn't have to be so brutal. And no, it doesn't have to be so brutal if we don't invest in our own. And I'm not a religious guy at all. I haven't been to anybody's church. You know, so I have to constantly remind you of your religion. All my folks who are dipped in the blood of Christ and Allahu Akbar and all this stuff is going on. But it's not really the brothers and nations in the nation and the sisters in the nations who are misbehaving so badly. It's the Christian blacks who are just terrible. And it goes back to, again, the black church, the black religions. Why y'all so quiet on this stuff that's going on? How come y'all don't speak out against homosexuality and trans and all this stuff like y'all used to? What happened to the standards? Have y'all been bought off, black Christians? Have they given a donation to your church? What happened? I mean, I'm just asking questions because I know what I see, I know what I hear, and all I see and what I hear is silence from the black religions. But one thing about those Christian right-wing white folks, they don't play. They don't play, period, with all their foolishness. Now, this doesn't mean that morally they're appropriate in other areas, but one thing about that, they're very certain we're not going to have this LGBT foolishness ruining our public schools or our private schools. They're not going to have all this other alternative foolishness that Biden and Harris has successfully ushered in. You know, they ain't going to be bought off by that. You know, they might try to participate and stop some voting, but goddamn it, doggone it, they're not going to sit around and allow a bunch of men in wigs to shut down the morality of the mother and the father and the child. See, black folks, it's like we're for sale by the highest bidder, sometimes the lowest bidder. Go ask your local black city council person in your city. Shout out to Memphis, Tennessee. I'm gonna shake my head. Ugh. It's always embarrassing. We have the worst pickings of leaders in probably any city. Detroit, Flint, Chicago, y'all ain't got none on Memphis. The so-called black elected officials in Memphis suck all kind of A and the SS and the SSS. They suck. They're terrible people. I mean, but anyway. If you're from Memphis, you know what I'm talking about. They're terrible. And so anyway, and they've always been terrible. This is nothing new. No, they just got terrible within the last 25 years, because at least up until then, we had some that fought a little bit for black folks on the city council. But now you don't have any. They're all bought off. They're all affiliated. You fill in the blanks on affiliations. And so, they all live particular lives. Not all, but there's some who live particular lifestyles while hiding in plain sight. Come on, somebody. So you got a lot of that going on. There's a lot of infiltrators in our race, that means, well, we can't get stuff done. But I still, women, I'm going to stay on your neck about this. Why aren't y'all holding men in, why isn't Essence Magazine Ebony Magazine, all these black girl rock and black girl magic people. Why aren't y'all coming out against this foolishness? Why? Why don't y'all deem black men necessary or black boys being incredible? Why? How do you think a race is going to continue if all your boys are weakened, their knees chopped off in the first grade? They're no good. How do y'all do? You bastardize your sons. You make them your son husbands. You make them your handmaids. And then when they grow up and they're not responding or they're not behaving that you think a man should be, what happened to all the men? They need fathers. They need mentors. So like, baby, please. His first mentor was supposed to have been his father. You know, the man you laid up with and received them back shots from? You know, the one you let beat the cheeks? That should have been the man that's supposed to be his very first mentor, ma'am. So all this shit about, you know, these boys need guidance. No, you needed guidance in choosing a sperm donor, man. The best sperm donors are the husbands. And I'm not even married, but I do respect the institution in the sense that it brings structure and balance, and it brings stability, and it brings security to children. So I always talk about children before I talk about the needs or wants of grown people. You understand this, right? I don't give a damn what happens to grown people, per se. Because you have to nurture the children for them to grow up to be the next generation of hunter, gatherers, protectors, providers. I don't know where we lost that at. The church doesn't teach this because, you know, hell, 80% of us still, most religious, I mean, I think they said in the statistics in the Pew Institute of Research, that black women are the most religious group in this country. But yet, the most morally bankrupt when it comes to their behavior and what they're producing. Why is this? I ain't never seen a group of people that want to be so celebrated but have nothing to be celebrated for. Everything. Oh my God. She's the first black woman to walk across the street and beat a red light. Oh my God. She's the first black woman to sing out loud. Anything to get a pat on the back. Anything to get an Instagram post going. Anything. Black girl magic because she did 2 flips. Like, it's just crazy. I ain't never seen such an attention-starved group, unjustifiably attention-starved. Damn, you want a pat on the back for everything. How about getting a pat on the back for being great moms and people who know how to pick a great dad for the kids? Those are the pats on the back I like to give. I don't give a damn about your career accomplishments because your household is in shambles. You don't have a household, just you and a bunch of kids. What about the men, Rico? Men don't get pregnant. So every time you ask me that, that's my response. Men don't get pregnant. So I don't have no long dialogue about, well, you know what, men did their part, they ain't got to do shit. You have to pick the one who wants to do the part with you. Because women make all the choices. And I need you mothers to teach your daughters this. He can't get no punani without your permission, 12-year-old daughter, 14-year-old daughter, 15-year-old daughter. And when did public twerking become an accomplishment just because you think you're sticking it to a white woman? Y'all saw that video with that little heavy-set chick bent over and shaking like she had a gun pulled on her in that restaurant, and white lady pulled her pants down to show her little bony tail? Y'all see that video? It was disgusting. Not because the white woman pulled her pants down. No, let me tell y'all something how this shit works. And this goes back to the egos and arrogance of our sisters today. Because, see, when I was in the 90s, 80s and 90s, they weren't this terrible. Now, they began to be bitchy in the 90s because they started getting the jobs and the degrees and all that stuff, right? But they're just totally retarded right now. This generation of 21 and 35-year-old chicks is almost like a waste. What we need y'all for? Because this shit is crazy. This chick is bent over. This little heavy-set, thick little chick is bent over, man, shaking it like a New Orleans salt shaker. You know, so, and felt proud that she was out twerking the white woman. And the white woman was drunk. This girl was sober. It's just like, and I saw another video of something going on in Chicago. The girl had her head pressed up against the damn ambulance, twerking, while all this chaos is going on in Chicago. I said, what is with these black chicks and their marriage to twerking? And please, don't nobody get your ass on talking about something. Well, that's that African rhythm. I ain't never seen an African dance or a ritual, meaning a ritual where twerking went on. Now, they've done what's called ritual dances. But but this just making sure your booty cheeks are exposed, and I'm not approved. I'm here. I like to see an attractive woman, you know, do the twerking, but I guess I get kind of pissed like, you're not qualified. Ma'am, what are you doing? You stand upright and you stop wearing booty shorts. You suck. That stuff is for like attractive women. But the big girls and the ugly girls want to get in on everything the pretty women do. And I'm going to get to that in a second. Black boys are incredible. Black men are necessary. And see, we're going to have to check each other. Meaning, women, y'all got to start checking each other. It's like y'all have been created in this society of Me Too and feminism and black feminism, and that's been influenced by white feminism, then Democratic Party and white liberalism. Y'all have allowed these people to make y'all think that y'all are an untouchable group. And that's why our neighborhoods look like shit. Because of you. Yeah, I'm flat out telling you this. Because you make all the choices. Well, and then it's funny to hear these chicks today talking about when they want a man that does this. You don't even know what a man is. You know who knows what a man is? A feminine woman who knows who she is as a woman. That's who knows what a man is. The dudes y'all picking, these cats are y'all who y'all can control because y'all got all this so-called power. Y'all, people with power, good morning, Sterling. Because y'all pick dudes y'all control because y'all are bosses and CEOs. So y'all not gonna be submissive or feminine to people y'all believe to be economically inferior to you. That's not how it works. That's how men think. A lot of you think like men. That's why your femininity is so foreign. You think like men. You get it? Become a girl and a man will appear. Good morning, big bro, Eric. Act like a lady. Think like a lady. Y'all let Steve Harvey make a fool out of y'all. Now y'all think like a man and act like a lady. And guess what? They call him Tranz. Y'all keep watching these old silly shows where these women are acting a fool. And then a lot of your daughters are mimicking this behavior. And how come none of these women have called out Mona Scott Young, who puts out the worst images of black women ever? Y'all know what that is? Love and Hip Hop series, Love and all this, and Shawnee O'Neal, Love and Basketball. Y'all don't call out none of these people. Y'all stand up in the white man's face. You racist, you sexist, you misogynist. While these same black women are making millions off of sexism, misogyny. Y'all full of shit. What y'all need to be doing from 2021 and beyond, when y'all run for political office, like I said, I'm not voting for any woman ever until I hear her say these words. I want to become your city councilman, your state representative, your congressperson, or your mayor, because I want to bring the black family back together. I want a man and a woman and children in the house together. All those other issues are not my issue until I'm bringing back heterosexuality in the black family. If she doesn't say that, or she doesn't have a plan to rebuild black boys, I'm not voting for that heifer, because you know what that means? The majority of black women who run for office, they all have an LGBTQP and pedosexual pedophile agenda. So y'all black dudes keep voting for these weird-ass women, especially if she wears weave. No. She's not going to represent no damn man. That's not what they do. Because in order for you to get in this system, you have to agree on a dotted line. You have to agree to some things. And they're not going to let you in. That's why you see a lot of these guys that run for office, they're halfway effeminate. They like their suits painted on to their bodies. Yeah, they've accepted the contract of how they will represent themselves in their district. Y'all go to these black districts. There's Democratic. The city councilman is Democrat. The state representative is Democrat. And what, school board is Democrat. And all of it is shit. That's the fourth cuss word, sorry. All of it. If your area, your district is represented by a Democratic candidate, it looks like trash. Now if you live in Dallas or Memphis or Chicago, wherever you live, go and find out in your neighborhood got violence and crime and dirt everywhere. Go and find out who your representative is and find out what they represent, Republican or Democrat. I guarantee you Democrat. Because somehow that's the party of black women. That's the party that gives them all the free stuff that promotes their bad behavior that's totally anti the black family. Y'all are not listening to me this morning. Come on. And nobody loves sisters more than I do. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't talk about you. I wouldn't point out these bad flaws. And I do this because y'all have had 50 years to talk about how black men ain't shit. And that wasn't even true. Now, if you beating up black men and you rip apart black boys, now you're sitting around here looking crazy. And then y'all sitting around here letting trans dudes replace you. Give it 5 more years. While y'all around here saying people should be able to do what they want to do and the parents say they on home. Let them love who they love. And then all these black women, usually the big ones, love is love. All these little gay mantras. And I'm not anti anything. I'm just anti. Wait a minute, I just lied. I am anti a whole lot of shit that's bullshit. But see, that goes to you so-called believers in Jesus Christ. You so-called believers in God. Where y'all at? See, I'm just a little, well, y'all could be labeled a agnostic or atheist. But one thing about it, goddammit, label me anti-God or anti-Jesus or atheist and agnostic. I have enough sense not to put up with bullshit that's unnatural. That's not natural. But you religious folks put up with more things that goes against everything that your Bible and your Quran teaches you. Now, what? Somebody, as Reverend Gino and Minister Farrakhan would say, talk back to me. What's going on? And again, I put up a post last night. It just dawned on me because whenever you look around, you see women purposely making themselves ugly. Not just the weave, not just the overweight and obesity. How about all these damn tattoos? Now, some guys are tolerant of maybe 1 or 2. I'm intolerant of all tattoos. You know why? Because I'm over 50. I lived long enough when I was able to see women who look like girls. I was a little kid in the 70s. I was a teenager in the 80s, and I was a young adult in the 90s. And those 3 decades, I got to see girls look like girls. He said, Trap on him, man, good morning all the way from Alameda Avenue. What's up? You dig? No, 38108. Unless y'all just crept over into 38107. Cool, what's up? Shout out to the Thompson family and all of that. So, what I'm saying is, you know, all these tattoos on girls. See, when I was a kid in the 70s, the only people that you saw with tattoos were the criminals and the guys who got out of jail. And then they used like needles and nails to make tattoos. But when they started making it okay for women to defile themselves with these ugly ass tattoos, I don't care. Now, in the 90s, because I want to cover everything. In the 90s, you saw a couple of sisters who had like tattoo of the unks, or like one small tattoo of the unk on their arm. Oh, hold on, I'm putting across the street, y'all. Wait a minute. Oh. They had like a ankh, the Egyptian ankh on their arm, a small one. Or a young lady's got like a small Tweety bird on their ankle or a little flower. You know, stuff like that, and they never got it again, right? But then, all of a sudden, the tattoos became more, and it became bigger. And, you know, society became a tattoo society. You know, I don't care what men do because I don't date men. You know, but I will acknowledge that it's ridiculous when I see these dudes with sleeves and shit and tattoos of lips on their necks. Oh, you have no intentions of being part of society. We start tattooing your face and your neck up. And as a mental health professional for over 24 years, all it is, these excessive tattoos, that's a sign of mental illness. But just like y'all ever heard of cutters? Cutters cut themselves so they can, the blood it symbolizes the pain oozing out of them. Psychologically, it symbolizes their pain. Whenever they cut themselves, the pain itself of the needle or whatever, the knife, whatever they use, it symbolizes the pain leaving them, or it was like a relief from the pain that they're feeling at that moment of emotional pain. And so, when people, these guys, these girls, tattoo themselves all up. All it is a cry for attention, um, trying to hide something that they shame. You know, and I look at them, I said, nah, you can keep the tattoo though, bros. You know, because I know there's mental illness there. And a lot of you guys, man, she got a fat ass. See, that's some single motherhood training that y'all received. That weird ass sexual fetishizing that came from the plantation or even during the transatlantic slave trade, the sexual fetishizing of women's body parts. That's a bunch of European bullshit. But it's been indoctrinated into black boys and men across racial lines. However, black men are the only one, man, she got a fat ass. Now, she can have her teeth missing. She can have, eyebrows drawn on with a ink pen, a big ink pen. Man, it's okay, man. She got a fat ass. And I'm like, are you serious? And that's what we have going on with black boys as a result of being raised by single mothers. No kind of male guidance, even in their sexual behavior. So now you got these chicks that's tatted up all, and y'all call these people beautiful. I don't see nothing beautiful about a tattooed up animal. That shit is crazy. There's nothing sexy or feminine about a woman with tattoos all over her. I see so many pretty women with like their breast tattoos or sleeves. It's just, I said, what a waste. So that's why I put on my post last night, pretty women. Attention, pretty women, enough with the damn tattoos. That's ugly chick behavior. Cut out the damn tattoos. And you guys, why don't y'all zip y'all pants up at least once a goddamn time out of the week? Damn, man, she got a fat ass, man. She bad them up. I'm like, dude, look at... I'm telling you, we going to hell in the handbasket. And then these tatted up people have children. All that shit. Then next you know, she can't even get 13. He can't even get 14. He wants tattoos. And they let him get them. You know, how can you say, look, sir, no tattoos, and you tatted up like some kind of animal in the Ringling Brothers Barnum Bailey circus? That shit is not attractive. Man, you can't judge a book by its cover. You know what? That's all I have to go by, because I don't know you. I didn't see your cover, and your cover is trash. We have all them damn tattoos. And then here's this bullshit. Well, I can cover them up. I'm telling you, if I were business owner, if you had tattoos, I mean, especially as a woman, you may not. You can work in the back of my company, but you will not be seen up front. And you guys act like you don't know how to keep tattoos from creeping up on your neck and your face. You need to be somewhere being fed medication. That shit is just ignorant. What attention are you trying to draw? And then you have the nerve to say, well, people judge me because of my tattoos. You see how intellectually lazy that is? It's just like when chicks wear booty shorts and dudes like, damn, little mama, them cheeks are, man, banging. Excuse me? You ain't gonna disrespect me like that. You don't even know me. Y'all see how ridiculous that sounds? So, ladies, from 21 on beyond, y'all cut this bullshit out. But there are a lot of guys who like it, so I can't knock it. I'm just voicing my thoughts on it. I don't think it's very ladylike. And that's why a lot of you ladies don't understand. Guys don't mind you being self-destructive as long as you got a fat ass. And guess what? They're not marrying these self-destructive women. Now, they're dating you and giving you a lot of babies, but they're not marrying you. And that's what hurts a lot of women privately, secretly in their soul. How come ain't nobody marrying us? Well, you're not acting like ladies. You do too many things publicly. We're not saying you can't show your little whatever side, but you do. And they say you do too much, ladies. Yeah, a lot of dudes, black men are getting married all the time, every month. You don't believe me? Ask a white woman. Ask a Latina. Ask an Asian. I'm just saying. That's my little punchline. So, we're going to have to get it together. And sisters, if y'all believe in God so much, how come y'all don't protect God's sons? How come you don't? Why don't you protect God's sons? Because our race is not going to go anywhere if there's no boys. You can't have girls running all over the place. Look at what they're doing. They all on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube twerking every chance they get in public. I have a problem with a private twerk. If you call yourself a lady, like I say, be a lady in the streets. And you can be at home with your husband or your man and be a freak at home. Why is that so difficult? Because you become like this godless group of people. And I'm not even a religious guy. I'm one of those logical dudes. And I'm not coming from a place of perfection. I'm always coming from a place of practice. Come on. I'm practicing to do better. But it doesn't mean because I'm practicing, I don't see the bullshit. And I can think out loud about it if I want to. And we're going to have to get it together. I'm talking about our race. I'm not talking about the multiculturalism and all that, because all that stuff is going on. That's going on. I'm just saying us, if we're actually serious about us continuing on for the next 300 years or so as a group, we can't continue on this road letting a political party lead the women into thinking that they all that they need. And you got these boys around here acting a plumb damn fool. And again, don't ask me, where the fathers at? Well, where are they? She the one that got pregnant, so how come she wasn't thinking about no father? She was thinking about other things. Child support, food stamps, free Section 8 housing. That's all she was thinking about. Or thinking about revenge if she couldn't control him. So they go to the child support system to help her to get what I call the hired hands, the hired guns to make him be submissive to her. Good morning, Mia. How are you? Peace, sister. Yeah, just need to cut it out. So I had a third topic. Let me see, black boys. Oh, no, the third topic was godliness, godless women today. Again, I'm not a religious guy. I'm just looking at behavior. In our society, there are a lot of ungodly or godless women running around. Yeah, if y'all want guys to act better, ladies, y'all act better. Because, we follow your lead. And I always say the man is one supposed to lead, yes, when he's in the household. But out in society, ladies, we take cues from you. If you give out whole energy, guess what? We finna be attracted to you based on your whole energy. And all of us are guilty of that. Because if you got on booty shorts and camel toe, guess what? I'm gonna say hello to you with my fangs, like the wolf followed Little Red Riding Hood in the office. In the woods. How you doing? Hey, darling. You doing all right today? Let me carry that basket for you, girl. Get her somewhere. The only thing in that story, I won't be eating her. You hear me? That ain't what I do. But no disrespect to those who like to eat the Red Riding Hoods. You hear me? But yeah, ladies, y'all the ones. I'm gonna put all of it on you. In the beta male simps, I don't debate that. So you can't ask me nothing about that part in real life. Baby, Rico, you hard on women. When ain't why? No, well, you need to be hard on them. Need more brothers to zip your pants up and tell them, look, baby, you out of line. Because you know why? We're doing it, but they're not listening. So again, when I started this dialogue, this monologue, because dialogue is conversation between me and another person or whatever. This monologue, I started out by saying women don't check each other. Women absolutely refuse to check each other in public. Hell, they don't do it in private. And as soon as a man checks a woman's poor behavior, he hates his mother. He hates women, girl. He gay. And everybody knows that women know who the actual men who are actually gay because you're married to him, bitch. Oh, damn. The bitch is not in the Bible. Ass is in the Bible. I'm sorry, y'all. You're married to him. You date him. You got 3 kids by him. You know who the gay dudes are, sweetheart. Stop calling dudes who call you on your shit gay. That doesn't work anymore. That's over. It does not work. There's always the guys who trying to tell you what's right. Good, he hate women. But that's just this new generation of feminists, 21 to 35 years old. Then you got the old chicks who are bitter, who didn't do what they supposed to do when they was 21 and 34, when they was young and fine. And I've always said to women, even when I used to know, when I was a counselor in groups, I used to tell young women, God makes women young and fine for a reason. You're not supposed to use your fineness on foolishness. You're supposed to use your fineness to get the best. Because when you get over 30, or shit, really over 28 these days, these chicks popping pills, drinking liquor, smoking blunts, been out all night, man. And the statistics are showing that women are at least double the time of having more sex than men. So your body is being worked. Come on, somebody. And then your ass drag your ass into 34, 35 years old and talking about, I want God to send me a good man. You got to be kidding me, right? We use God like it's like some kind of personal lucky charm or something. They don't work like that. You got to plant seeds. You expect a flower to grow. First, you got to put a seed in the ground and water it. That's your relationship. It's how it should be with your God, whatever you believe in. And I said, all these believers are the worst ones in this country. Even in our race, Christian black folks are terrible people. Not all. They're terrible people. They do the most and say the worst. Good morning, Mr. E. E. Donaldson, what's up, man? They're terrible. But then they demand the most from God. It's funny. I'm glad I was able to get away from that at 12 years old. You know, and the folks who are the non-believers don't seem to be having all these problems, don't have all these conscious conflictions. We don't seem to have all these problems. Now we go through regular life's ups and downs. We say, Lord, I mean, we don't, you know, we understand it's my choices that got me here. You know, and until we start recognizing that, even in our race, a lot of choices that we made, there were some choices that were made for us, and we've had to live with them because we never created tanks or an army to fight the white supremacists. That's how you destroy a system in most parts. You drop a bomb on it, the way other people have done for centuries. They don't like a system, or they have presidents and dictators murdered. I mean, presidents and prime ministers and leaders of countries murdered. And so black race in America, if we're not prepared to do any of that, well, at least we can put ourselves in check to a point that we can build some kind of shield or fence around us in what we believe to be a racist society. See, it doesn't hurt as much. And again, black boys are incredible. Black men are necessary. Y'all teach y'all daughters this. And teach your sons this. And I'm about to go into an area in a few seconds that may really piss the folks off about how important black boys and black men are, as opposed to girls. Girls are, you know, we need girls to grow up to women to carry the children forth and nurture and educate, but the men are the more important. Y'all need to start teaching this so we can stop with these tight pants wearing ass little dudes around here. And these old emotionally unbalanced ass boys get a conflict between masculinity and femininity. All right, what I was about to say. See, the racism, again, when I said earlier, for those of you coming in, no, if you haven't bought my book yet, my short story, I still have it for $10. Cash App your boy, $ Rico the Opinionist. It's on this page, the YouTube channel. Go ahead and check it out. It's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt. Conversation with my absent biological father who never wanted to be found. And I found out about him by accident at the age of 22. And I met him for the first time. My brother Eric in here, he was with me when I met him for the first time. And the first question he asked me when I knocked on his door and he came outside, he said, "Hey, how did you find me?" I said, "You know, MapQuest, Google Maps." He said, "Well, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me." And so if you want to hear the rest of that story, just hit your boy with that $10 Cash App. Please send me an email address because the short story is in like a PDF. I can email it to you as soon as you hit your boy with that. So it's on this page. It's on my it'll be on my YouTube channel in the description box, ways in which you can cop that short story. It's only 40 pages. A couple of folks who bought it has described it as a page turner. So, you know, I try to be creative in my writing, but I think I can do better. But anyway, if we would build this economic fence around our race, and we can build this family. See, the most important thing people think is money, but it's actually the family unit. And we've been suckered out of that. Go read statistics. Everybody else, their families pretty much are intact. But the black community, our families are scattered because of decision making of the women. And I said, "Rico, how's that?" Well, men don't get pregnant. And the way you make sure you have a family, ladies, is if you, after you said "I do" in your church, under your God, and by your preacher, then y'all continue, be married, then y'all get together, and when you have the children, y'all work your adult differences out and make that deal that what we're going to do, even if we start falling out of love in year 10, we still got to get these children to 18, at least. Then we can amicably divorce or separate. But you have to have that family unit so they can be trained and they can be modeled that a family is not a cuss word. See all this mess that's going on now? All this foolishness? That's why you get all these children out here just going wild and they don't know what to do and which way to turn and all that because we're not setting examples. You know, a lot of people are opting out of marriage and a lot of people are opting out of children. Hello. Because it's like, it's just trash. You mess around, baby start up all right, and boom. And ladies all listen, well, he started off okay. When he started off really, really okay? After y'all said I do. Because whenever you decide to get pregnant by a dude you're not married to, you really are just really throwing the dice in Vegas. And good luck with that. You might get the 7s or 11s, or you might get, most of the time it's crap out. So I'm just saying, that's what your great grandma told us. That's what your granddaddy told us. You know, how come my dear just, even though she's not here anymore, how come her wisdom is also gone, just gone? That stuff that's how we got over. For the great grandmas and the granddads and stuff, teaching the grandsons how to do stuff. Something if their fathers at work or the mom was busy, granddad would stick in and teach them how to fish and teach them how to work on a car and how to work the land and stuff that you still need today. But we don't do that. See, all that stuff is character building. That's why I say, man, I need to get. Women say I need to give me a country man. Well, see, in the country parts of Mississippi and Arkansas and all that stuff, they're still living by those old traditions. They're living off the land. They're doing stuff by their hands. And they're really taking care of themselves. And so that builds character. Y'all not teaching these boys this. First thing y'all want to do is give a boy a football and a basketball. You don't teach him academic stuff. You say, well, the football and the basketball, the coach, that stuff, that's going to build character. Okay, great. And not saying that it hasn't, but that we should have more options than football, basketball in building characters. How about having fathers there? That helps out a lot. And so we learn to build that fence. Do we need to go back to find some of those books that we used to read in the 90s? Because we haven't completely stopped reading. If I sound repetitive, forgive me, because a lot of stuff I say bears repeating. It doesn't make any sense. And so we'll get to the part where I say, black boys are incredible. See, and this is also a crime committed by fathers. Y'all know this thing? I saw this on Facebook where I saw a woman, and women brag about this. I make sure my son, when I'm around with him, he pumps my gas. I make sure my son, when he opens my door. Because I saw this thing about, it says, how come, this poster said, shout out to Will Hunter, how come boys are taught to respect women, but girls are not taught to please men? And I would like to add, how come they're not taught to respect men as well as please? And of course, the comments went all over the place. And that's a good question in essence. How come girls are not taught? That's why a lot of them don't have husbands, because they don't like men as the man. They don't view men as the one who's going to be their protector and provider. And let me tell you women and you men out here teaching your sons to uplift his mama and be all this with your wife. Miss Penny. Hey, Miss Penny, what's up? You teaching your sons to wait on your mom and open the doors and all that. You're not helping them. You're not helping them. Because y'all know damn well a nice guy spend his last. Now, you can teach your son to respect his mom and all that, but and especially single moms, they got it real bad. Yeah, he opens my door. He pumps the gas for me. See, what you're doing is trying to train your son into a man that you rejected in the first place. Damn well you didn't like gentlemen, single mama. You didn't like no gentleman, but you trying to train your son to be the simp that when you was young and fine and about 80 and 90 pounds lighter, you walk right past him. So you gonna set your son up to be a simp, and ain't nobody teaching no daughters to respect gentlemen. Because as y'all know, like I know, most young girls, when they get fine and they weigh 120, 130, or 5'11", 150, athletic, they look past the good guys and gentlemen. And you mothers need y'all ass whooped teaching y'all sons that crap. You need to teach your daughters how to cook, sew, clean, be feminine, talk sweet, be nice. I'm not saying to take crap. I'm just saying teach them how to be feminine. And that's what y'all, and I see that's stupid. Whenever I see that, because I said, that boy right there, he's the reason. If y'all want to know somebody's going to hate girls, him right there, because they're taught to hate girls by their mothers, not by their fathers. Y'all need to get your information together. If sons hate girls, they learn they got it from their mothers. Because there's a mother that's talking crazy to a boy, cussing him out and calling him bitches and all. Y'all see the videos. Y'all go to Dollar Tree like I go. Y'all go to Family Dollar, Walmart, Kroger. Y'all see these women talking cash money trash to little boys. Get your bitch ass, or get your punk ass, get your mother lover, get your ugly ass. They're the ones who grow up to be the men that y'all complain about, ladies. The misogynists, the sexists, the guys with the multiple baby mamas. Those are the ones, because emotionally you destroyed him. And so whenever he sees a woman, he looks at her like, this, man, this been over. Man, put your face in the pillow, ass up in the air. Man, get these cheeks beat. That's your fault. You know, you raised that sexist. You raised that misogynist. You do. And you raised that simp. Because out here today, if I had a son, you think I have him kissing girls' ass? No, she gonna learn at an early age. No, I don't come to him like that. I'm gonna come to him with my head damn near bowed. You got to teach them you got to teach them the advantages while they're young as boys, the advantages of being boys and men, like other cultures teach their sons. Look at the Mexican culture. The mother waits on everybody, even her sons. And of course, sisters be like, hell no, I ain't been my son, but I'm telling you, you got to teach them, treat them as men, mamas, when they're little. They spoiling the boy. Now, he can have chores and all that, but one thing you don't do is have him doing girl stuff. Boys have no business washing your clothes, folding your clothes. Now, you can teach them how to clean and all of that, but all the other stuff, all that domesticated stuff, that's supposed to be for the women, for the girls. These girls can't clean, but they got a degree. These boys can't work, but they know how to bake a cake. God damn, this is backwards. That's society we moved into. Hell, y'all are bringing out these old punk-ass boys. Y'all are bringing out these little halfway working ass dudes. The one who like to, it's so weird when I see dudes, these young guys, and the lady pull up to the gas station. Or not to the gas station, just him riding on the passenger side. I even feel uncomfortable riding on the passenger side. If a lady offers me a ride, I feel uncomfortable sitting on the passenger side. I'm just wired differently. You know what? Because I'm a man, baby. Yeah. And because one thing a woman has never had the opportunity to tell me is to get out. Get out of her place, get out of her car, or nothing, because I've always had my own. Because you'll never get a chance to tell me none of that. And these guys get it told to them daily, weekly, monthly, annually. I threw his shit out. I threw him out. Girl, I put his ass out of my car. I'm like, godly. Y'all raising these old broken ass boys. Y'all expect them to be decent grown men to protect, provide, hunt, and gather for a woman? Ladies, y'all doing that. And so, I think the sun is coming out. I want to get a jog on. So I want to say this. Look, I say these things at the risk of being isolated and side-eyed and eyes rolled at and talk crazy to. And look, somebody's got to do it, because the religious folks ain't going to do it. The so-called saved people ain't going to do it. The so-called actual pro-black dudes don't even do it. Even you so-called Afrocentric conscious black folks around here not even putting the women in check. No, queens. You got to uplift. The black woman is God. Y'all are not helping Mufasa, Abdullah, Akindiyome, or whatever African name you have. You're not helping. You're creating, you're feeding that monster. Now, this is my queen. Your queen has a kingdom. A queen has an actual king that she's married to. Cut the bullshit. Y'all just say, and ladies, let me tell you something. I love you. I swear I do. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't say nothing about you. I'd do what ABC, CBS, Bravo, VH1, Mona Scott Young, Shawnee O'Neal, I do what they do. I just give you what you want. Steve Harvey, everybody else, I give you what you want to try and get that money out your purse. You hear me? Say, all I have is bitter truth. I don't have any sweet lies for you. Come on, somebody. That's what and so that keeps people like me poor. So I said, damn, Derek Jackson had a good run lying to these bras. But he messed up over one of them. They told him and brought him down. But he made a lot of money off lying. Ladies, y'all don't need ladies. He ain't this, ladies. No. I said, anybody can go that route, because y'all are so filled with ego and love so much attention, the wrong attention. That's how this shit is popping. That's how people become millionaires off a lot of it. And I said, I can't do it. It ain't my conscience. Did y'all know that if I decide to get into the ministry, I will be a dynamic preacher? I have the personality. I can do it. And can't nobody say, hey, man, better than me. And come on, somebody. Oh, show us that light, oh Lord. And I know the catchphrases, and I can do all of that, but my consciousness, come on. My conscience won't allow me to do that. I will not deceive my people so I can receive an unearned reward from my people. I can't do that. Then I don't even go to nobody's church. I don't believe in none of that stuff and all that. How come I have a conscience more so than religious folks? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. We need more people who will stand up and seem like the person. Now we can ball our fists at the white man all day long, but we need more brothers to ball our fists up at these sisters that knuckleheads. And number two, and finally, I guess thirdly, we need more black women who have power, who have these huge platforms to put these sisters in check, because these images out here are coming from women, but they're being funded by people who who do not have black women's interests in heart. Because when you get through all of this shit, all of the degrees, all of the job positions, all of the business ownership, ladies, when you get to your God, and your Bible tells you, man, woman, and child, when you decide to get off that path, that's why you're right here in the hell that you're living in right now. You live in the hell of dildos and weaves and tattoos and dudes that's screwing you and having babies and leaving you. When you decide to leave the natural order, what your Bible taught you, that's why you're in the hell that you're in. And a lot of us just say, it is what it is. Go on twerk, little mama. Yeah, little mama, go on twerk. Yeah, yeah. What that mouth do? Let me shoot a few of them throw babies at you. Man, beat them cheeks. What's up with the back shots? Yeah. You decide to let Satan be your guide. That's it again. How come a guy who's been labeled an anti-this and agnostic, atheist, and all that knows more better than what church folks know? Because y'all don't believe in your own stuff. Because Satan is more entertaining, is more gratifying to the lust. Come on. Than your godly beliefs. One thing about me, I accept all that I do, and I take responsibility for all the choices I've made, regardless of what it is. So my conscience doesn't bother me like that. So I'm not conflicted, because I don't have this religious stuff all over me and make it seem like, well, okay, I'm going to hell about it. No, I couldn't care less. But you folks who believe that you have a guide that's supposed to guide how you behave, why don't you follow it? If you just follow your religious books, I swear, ladies, the men will follow. But y'all need to take the next 5 years off putting these women in check, talking crazy to these record labels, talking crazy to Madison Avenue to put these images out to these studios. Y'all need to get on them. Ladies, get on these politicians who is, every time they pass the law, is nothing that benefits boys and men. How y'all do that? How y'all let these folks pass laws and they don't even benefit the black family? Just benefits you. How does that work? Who does that? Oh yeah, today's modern black woman. She does that. And then sit a little behind somewhere, everybody else coupled off and she's sitting by herself. It's foolishness. Get it together, ladies, because one thing about us as men, we're going to survive. We're going to be all right. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. We're going to be all right. And that's just how it works. Now you can debate that everywhere else. Get your shit together, ladies. The one because they already got the groups, MGTOW, men going their own way, Intelligent Black Men of Reform, Save Yourself Black Men, all these groups that people try to hate on in the so-called, in the black manosphere, they are a result of your behavior. Guys are like, you know what, damn all that. Let me go get a passport and go find another culture. Hey, Tiffany Sugar. The guys are going to other cultures, younger guys. See, us old guys, we kind of trapped by this thing called love. Ooh, baby. But the younger guys, they're like, man, damn all this. They finna go to other cultures, other groups, other everything. They're not putting up with the foolishness. And so they form these groups out of your bad behavior. Not because they hate women and all. They're like, damn, how much of this bullshit you expect men to take? And then you beta male simps to trying to attack them for saving their own lives. Wait, man, these niggas around here talking about they hate women. Man, it's something wrong with them dudes. You don't even know what you talking about. It's not that they don't like black women. They don't like the culture that these women have been cultivated under. So they're going to say, hey, we're just like a real man looks for what a real man likes. That is femininity. Feminine women. Teach your daughters. That weave does not make women feminine. It makes them hard. Those eyelashes make women look hard. That heavy makeup makes women look hard. You understand that? You would think a lesbian chick that's a stud, that she'd have all the weave all over the place. But y'all notice that the stud chicks even get locks? Now, a lot of them do because they trying to be like dudes, but they have locks. But the so-called feminine chicks has weave and looking all like Vincent from that old show in the 80s, Beauty and the Beast, looking like Chewbacca, looking like a Wookiee around this damn place. They're looking crazy. But a lot of guys, again, man, she got a fat ass. I said, okay. Okay. My t-shirt says, fellas, if she wears weave, you better leave. If she has a tat, you better scat. Because that's connected to poor mental health. So anyway, the sun has come out. Damn, I talked too long. But I thank y'all for being here. And anyway, if you have not bought the short story, $10 cash app to Rico the Opinionist, or PayPal, Rico Rivers, or Rico the Opinionist on the PayPal. And it's the story called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt. It's the little short story. It's in PDF. So if you decide to get the little short story about how I met my father for the first time, please send me an email address so I can send it to you if you have not gotten it already. A few of you have, and I appreciate it. If you decide to get it today, I'd like to hear your feedback on it, all right? So let me go ahead and try to, let me get my run on because I've walked and talked. And so let me go ahead and get this legitimate sweat on. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. We'll talk in the future because, I'm always having thoughts. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.